Learn to learn as you go. You see, in life, you cannot project or outline any scenario, good or bad, or anyway, when you're about to make a big decision. Of course, you can learn from your experiences, what you might have read in books, trying to do basic planning. Obviously, I'm not speaking about going blindly directly and just making anything, but you cannot outline every single scenario. So you might fall into decision paralysis where you want to take on a big decision, a big project, whatever that could be in your life going on right now, and you tend to simply overthink and you end up not taking any decision at all, and it might create frustration, whatever, or delayed action simply to move forward with your life. So it's important to not be afraid of failure, because failure truly teaches you, okay, what went wrong in my strategy, in my decision, and how I can move on from there. There is nothing wrong with actually missing your targets or your goal, because you simply redirect yourself. It's almost impossible to be perfect all the time the first time. There's a great analogy I read in the book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, where it was a professor giving an assignment to a class I think it was in art school, to a photography class. So that class, he set out two groups. The first group would be a group of students who would only be able to take one picture, and they would be rated based on that. So the score or the quality of that picture would depend on many parameters, the exposure, the subject, the focal point, etc. And the second group would be able to take as many pictures as they wanted, and that group would be based, on the overall average scores of the picture, the subject that they had taken. And the group who scored the best was the second group, because the second group was able to get feedback, from their pictures they were able to take. So they had the occasion to take a lot of pictures all at once, and based on the feedback they saw, the picture that they took, were able to better adjust whatever subject they would take a picture of. Whereas the first group would only spend as much time as they could learning the theory about lighting, about the framing the subject, etc. And so as a result, they weren't able to refine their techniques about theory that they learned, because they were so constrained, they had to take only one picture. So that's the lesson. Don't be afraid of failure. Just do it. Take action